so welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you a new product that is from the Stamps of Life, and this will be on sale over at the HSN website. So if you go to the HSN website, which is hsn.com, do a search for the Stamps of Life, and this product is called the Triple Circle Flip It, and it comes with these clear stamps. So you get the die set to make the card base, and you also get a set of clear stamps that go together. So this is a great deal. So head on over there, and if unfortunately you don't see the product listed, then that means it's sold out. So it will not be for sale on the Stamps of Life website, only on HSN. So what this die set comes with is it has your card base to make your flip it card, and these flip it cards are just so quick and easy. You just run this big die through your die machine, and you have a card base that makes a card that flips open. And it has these layering dies. It's so beautiful. It actually has these leaves and these flowers that you can die cut to layer on these panels. And it has one for the large panel here and one for the small panel over here. And I just want to quickly just show you, I did die cut one of them just to, so you can see what it looks like. You can see how intricate that is. And if you layer that on top of a piece of colored cardstock, it will actually look so beautiful with all of those vines showing through. So when you use these dies to die cut, in order to cut this pattern out, you will need to layer this die inside of the large rectangle die. And that will actually cut the actual die cut out. If you just run this through your machine on a piece of cardstock, it's going to cut it into the paper, and then you will not have an actual layer that's cut out that you can put on your panel. So these two dies work in conjunction with each other. Now, you do not have to use this die. You can actually use just this die and cut it out of a piece of pattern paper and use that on your card. So if you wanted not to have that pattern, you can choose not to have that pattern. That is simply up to you, but you have that option. And also in the middle of this flip it are these little circular patterns or circular parts of this die, which you have these circles as well. So you have, that's why it's called the Triple Circle Flip It, because there's 3 circles here that you can put 3 things, whether 3 sentiments or 3 little stamps on here, and create a nice card with that. And speaking of the circles and the stamps, these stamps go along with it, and they fit perfectly inside of these little circles. So you have hello there, my friend. There's a flower, miss you, thank you, with some dots around it. There's another flower with some dots around it. A flower, little flowers, heart, another flower. How are you? What's new? Here's a star, just a note, and you are so kind. All right, so here I stamped out, this is just one of the stamps. It says Happy New Year, and I'm just gonna put the die around that, and I'm going to run this through my die cut machine. And when that comes out, you can see that these little circle dies that come with this set, they cut out a perfect circle, and it cuts out perfectly any of these stamps that come on this stamp set. So you can stamp those out, die cut them, and then you can put those on your card. So we're gonna go ahead and make a card together so you can see how this set works. I started off by taking a piece of cherry cardstock, and I die cut the large die in the card die set, and I got this card base. So here I'm just scoring down at the score marks just to fold this card so that you can see now it is shaped like a flip it card. So when you open the edges, it flips open, and you can see the circles there in the middle. This panel was cut out of green apple cardstock, and I did put double-sided adhesive on the back of the cardstock before I ran it through the die cut machine. Make sure that you layer your rectangular die as well as your leaf pattern die together in the die cut machine to cut out that entire pattern. I also die cut that leaf die again out of some vanilla cardstock so that I can get these flower cutouts, and I'm just adding glue to the back side of the flowers and placing them in the spots that they go on that panel. And I do that for both sides. Next, I took the Dream Collection pattern paper pad, and I took one of the pieces of pattern paper from the set that has the birdhouses, and I just fussy cut a couple of the birdhouses out of this pattern paper, and I picked the ones that match the same colors as the ones in my cardstock, and I'm going to put them on these triple circles that you see here on the card. And I did use some vanilla cardstock, and I used the circle dies that came in this die set, and I cut out two of those circles, one for the top and one for the bottom. And I also stamped out the thank you stamp on a piece of vanilla cardstock, used the circle die and die cut it out and put that there in the middle circle. And here I'm just adding the birdhouses, one on the top and one on the bottom. I will also open up this Flip It to reveal the inside of this card, and I do put some more circles on these circle pieces on the card. So I have two blank ones, one at the top and one at the bottom, and then I stamp the My Friend for the middle and die cut that out of the circle die. I'm also using some of the birds that came in the paper pad, and I die cut those out with the matching dies, and I added them to the inside of this card. Next, I add some ribbon to the side of this card, and this is just a ribbon in the same matching vanilla color that I have the cardstock in, and I just trim off the ends, and that will complete this card. So that is a quick and easy Flip It card that you can make for someone special. For this next card, I'm using some vanilla cardstock, and I went ahead and die cut the panels that go on top of the card base. And I'm using the flower dies from the gift card pop-up booklet die set. This is also for sale on HSN's website. It's a Stamps of Life product. And I die cut these dies out of various color cardstock. I think I've got ocean, cherry, and some bubble gum. And I'm just making a pattern on here. So I'm using the same die that I used in the previous card, only I did not use the pattern with the leaves and the vine. I'm making my own pattern paper. So I just flip that over, cut off the excess, and here I'm doing the other panel, just adding those flower dies. And I do have double-sided adhesive on the back of that cardstock before I run those dies through the die cut machine. It just makes it easier to adhere to that panel. The card base was cut with ocean cardstock, so I just ran the large die in that set through my die cut machine and scored at the score lines, and then just adding these panels to the side. And then I stamped the Happy Mother's Day circle stamp, which is an add-on set on HSN's website, and I cut it out of the circle die that came with this die set. I am taking the insides of the flower die cuts. I did save those pieces, and I'm just layering them up and adding them to the circles on this triple circle Flip It. And now I'm just adding a ribbon to the side, and the ribbon is in the same cherry color as the cherry cardstock in one of the flowers, and that completes this card. If you're interested in this triple circle Flip It die set with the clear stamps, head on over to the HSN's website and search the Stamps of Life and see if it's in stock there. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.